And we are live.
Alrighty. Let me share my screen. All right. All right, guys. Good evening. Tonight is Tuesday, September 5th, 2017, and welcome to the Dandelion Dynasty team call. It is still early in the month for Success Club points. Right now I have 4 points, but I know everybody is going to be working really hard to get those points on the board for this month. Last month we had quite a few people that achieved Success Club, so that's awesome. We're seeing more and more people getting up there and working their businesses, and that's just a beautiful thing to see. All right, we have one new coach to welcome to the team this week. Colleen Drake was sponsored by Susie. So welcome, Colleen, if you're on, and we are excited to have you on our team.
Awesome.
All right, so we have a special guest tonight. Monique is on the same downline that I am on, and so we got to meet a couple of years ago as baby new coaches in our first year in the business at a leadership retreat. And I just knew from the very beginning, just meeting her energy and her vibes, that just everything told me that she was going to be an amazing coach and that she was going to go really far in her business. And of course she is. And so I asked her to come speak with us tonight because she is just an extreme rock star when it comes to crafting posts. She is always doing posts that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is a great idea. This is a great post. And so I just wanted her to come talk to us. She is a mom of 3 girls. She has made herself she has branded herself as the fit unicorn, and that's kind of her thing, and she's taken up that and run with it, and so it's working really well for her. She is coffee obsessed, and she also brands herself as being a lazy girl, so fit lazy girl there. And she is now working her business full-time after being in the real estate industry for 17 years. And she is currently a 1-star diamond coach. So thank you so much for jumping on with us tonight, Monique. And I will stop sharing and you can take it away.
Yay. Thanks for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it. It's fun to jump with other teams and share everything that I have. I hope what I have to give you guys is valuable, but I think it's really funny and ironic because Tiffany, I think, is like the master poster. So when I see her posts, I'm like, these are amazing posts. And I even told my success partner, I'm like, I don't know why she wants me to talk about crafting posts because she's really, really good. But I think that it can also, yeah, exactly, Nicole, right? I think that, we sometimes hear things differently. Like, our parents can say something 1,000 times and we're like, blah, 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 whatever. But then somebody else, like on the street that you don't even know from dirt on the ground, could say the exact same thing that your mom just said, and you'll hear it in a completely different way, and it'll resonate, and you'll actually take it and, put it into action. So hopefully what I have to say is a lot that maybe Tiffany has already and Nicole has already told you guys before, but maybe it's you'll hear it in a different way, and then you'll have fun applying it. So I have some slides, and I'm going to screen share. Also, just to let you guys know, I've been known to curse. So if like an F-bomb or an SH-bomb pops out, please forgive me, but I'll try to be cautious. So let's see. Can I share my screen? Oh, great. Okay, perfect. As long as you guys are used to it, then I won't feel bad. I won't apologize. Here we go. All right. So I titled this Posting with Purpose. And I've actually taught this on my own team call before too. And same thing, some people have taken it into action, some people don't. So I hope that it's stuff. I'm really sharing mostly my posts because that's what Tiffany asked me to do, to give you guys ideas on what's really helped build my business with my posts. So I want to help you guys craft posts that will help your business and not hurt your business, because contrary to popular belief, you can hurt your business with your posts. So just putting posts out there doesn't mean that it's going to help you with your business. So why does posting with purpose matter? Your posts are like a billboard and they're a commercial for you. So yes, you're a coach, but you are a brand, regardless of if you think you are or if you think you're not. You are you, and you are your own brand. And so your posts are your commercials. Those are your advertisements. Those are your billboards. So think of any kind of, brand name stuff that you see, the advertisements and the posts and the, stuff that you see when you're passing on the freeway, the big billboards. That's all part of them. It's representing them. So your posts are not only representing your brand and what you are all about, but they show how much you really care about your business. So the more you put into them and the more thoughtful you are with your posts, the better it's representing you as a person and your business and how much you care about your business. Oops, did I go too far? No. Okay, so posting is the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to give you guys some examples. And I really tried to, I spent the last hour digging for I actually share my examples with my team all the time because it's really great now that I've been a coach for 2 years. I didn't even do my whole introduction thing. I've been a coach for 2 years. Sorry, you guys. But I'm getting memories now coming up, which is great because I can see all my crappy posts and I get to share them with my team and be like, don't do this, you guys. It's like, this is what you should not do. And then, I can see how much I've grown, and which is a really great contrast. It's great for me to go back, reflect back and see that I'm actually doing well with what I'm putting out, the content I'm putting out. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've all put out a crappy post. Raise your hand if you have never put out a crappy post. Because if you raise your hand, you're lying. All of you are lying. We have all just thrown up posts just to get something out there when we feel we have bad days and sorry, I'm going to say, hold on one second. I have kids. My husband's not here tonight. So just give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. He is? Okay, good. Go see him. Good. Don't go out of the garage though. Because maybe it's just a neighbor. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. It's like real life here. So I've done it before. I'm sure you've all done it when you're in a bad mood or you're just not feeling it or your day is just not going right and you're like, ugh, I need to post. I need to get something out. Let me just throw a quick quote up there. Let me just throw something up there real quick to get my 3 or my 5 in or whatever your magical number is that you have in your head. And it's really not serving you. It's not serving you. It's not serving your business, but most of all, it's not serving your followers and your potential clients or even your own team. You're giving yourself a bad rap when you do stuff like that because you're putting it out not with a good energy and not with the energy that you want to be representative of. So most of all, are those posts that you're throwing up, are they representative of how much you value your business and how much you value your followers? So I'm going to start with the bad and the ugly because, we all like bad news first because we end with good news, right? So the bad and the ugly, we've all done them. Just don't keep doing them. Okay. So that's what I'm going to tell you. We've all been there. We've all done that. Just don't keep doing it. Once your eyes are opened and you know what you should be doing, do it. Don't keep doing the same stuff because it's going to get you the same results. So the bad and the ugly are Shako selfies. Yee, Shako selfie time. I love it. Love myself so much. Shako. Shako selfie by itself. Just Shako. Just Shako. Sweaty selfies. Okay, you guys, I know we all work out. It's part of our job, but guess what? Here's this magical thing that I'm going to tell you guys. You don't have to post your sweaty selfies for people to know that you work out. You can do it a bunch of other different ways and tell a different story, and people will still know that you work out every single day. So it could be part, I know lots of top coaches do it every day and that's part of their brand, but they've been doing it for a really, really long time. But you don't have to do it just because top coaches do it or just because someone else does it or just because you see a whole bunch of other coaches doing it. You don't have to do that. Set yourself apart and do something different. I rarely ever, and I'm kidding, I'm not kidding, rarely ever post a sweaty selfie in public. It's so rare, and if I do, it's a strong photo. It looks really good, and it's not just this gross sweaty selfie that I just sweated and gross. Those are reserved for my challenge groups, like the real life, where my clients and my coaches and my team and stuff know that, you know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's the real life stuff. I don't put those out, and I don't think that it's necessary for people to know. If that's something that you like to do, I'm not going to knock what you're doing if that's part of your brand and it's something, but if you're just putting it out there just as a post, I want you guys to start thinking outside of the box, especially when you're branding yourself, that it doesn't have to be that like just gross sweaty selfie. And I'll show you guys how I do that differently. Constant selfies. So like selfie after selfie after selfie. And if you want a really good example of what I'm saying like this is, if you go on Instagram and just search the hashtag new Beachbody coach, I'm not kidding, there's a hashtag new Beachbody coach, and people actually use it. If you ever use that, I'm going to tell your coach on you, don't ever use it. But if you search it, you can see what I'm talking about. And it's just these new coaches that just constantly have, it's just their whole feed is picture. Hi, my husband's home too. Hi, babe. Picture after picture after picture of just their face, and that's it. It's just their face, and it's like block after block after block of their face. And you're beautiful, and people love seeing you, but tell a story and tell it differently and share more about yourself than just this face, right? Because it's not interesting and it's not fun. Like if you just saw the same, even, I mean, on large brands, if I just saw the same can of Coca-Cola sitting there, the same exact thing in the same exact place 1,000 different times, it's boring. It gets uninteresting. So what does Coca-Cola do? They spice it up with all kinds of different stuff. They put a can of Coke on the beach. They put a can of Coke in an alley. They put a can of Coke like everywhere. It's all around the world. It's everywhere. It's doing different things. It doesn't have to just be you and this one selfie after selfie after selfie. Posting food pics with no value. And I will show you an example of that, but your food pics, if you're going to post your food, it has to have value with it. So you have to share a story with it or share a recipe with it. Because again, it's like not interesting to people, especially if the picture isn't very appetizing looking, or it's not a good picture or clear photo or something that like draws you in. And then the throw something up posts is like, you know, just throwing something up, what I just talked about, just to get a post out there. Those are all the bad and the uglies. Like we don't want to do those, right? We want to do the good. So here are my examples. This is look at this. And I told you, kissing the Shaco. Here's me and my Shaco. Oh, look at, I love Shaco. That was me. That's real life. I did these. Yes, this is year one of coaching. This was literally, I was probably, look, I'm wearing the same jean jacket. I didn't do that on purpose. I was still working at the time, so I was probably maybe 4 months into coaching. And so I get it when you're a brand new coach and you're super duper excited and you just want to share how amazing this stuff is, because it is. Like, it's delicious, and I truly do love it. And I really did want to kiss it, and I really did want to hug it, because I love my Shaco so much. I really do. I sang it like love songs, like, you know, crazy stuff. But like the photo grids are outdated. You guys don't use the photo grids anymore. No more photo grids. If you're using them still, tonight you're not going to use them anymore. That's it. Sorry. Say goodbye. Kiss your photo grid goodbye. And then also don't use, see down here. Look at this. This is September 5th, 2000. What? Is this the date? Is this an anniversary post? Oh yeah, it is. Look at this. Look at this. Like, I used the pick play post grid. I didn't even pay the $1 to get the pick play post off of it. Like, that's so cheesy. And it had, these are videos, so they were playing, but look at how dark that was. I didn't even take the time to like lighten it up. And it was the bottom half of me. Like, where's the top half of it? What the heck is going on? No one told me. Like, oh, so embarrassing. It's so horribly embarrassing, you guys. But I want to show you this because it's not good. Don't do it. So this was me, like, exactly, because I started coaching in July 2015. So July, August, September. I was literally only maybe 2.5, close to 3 months in coaching. So I was super excited. I was trying to do all the right things. My coach posted these exact sort of grids with the videos and stuff. So I was copying my upline because my upline did this. And so that's what I did. And I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? I was new, I was doing it. I didn't know any better. So I'm going to tell you guys now, right now, as of this moment, you know better. Don't do these things anymore. Okay. Also the hashtags, I'm pretty notorious. It's part of my brand. My hashtags are pretty crazy. Like, I speak in hashtag a lot of the times. and people know I'm known for my hashtags. Like they'll comment on just my hashtags. It's crazy. So I've evolved. Like these are exactly like I said, I never hashtag 21 Day Fix anymore, Dirty 30, like Fit Month, like all of those generic things. I didn't know what I was doing, so I did what I was told. Now, these are examples of a coach on my downline, far down. She's not my personally sponsored coach, and I removed her name, so you can't go stalk her and tell her that I told you guys this. But I just wanted to tell you guys, show you guys examples of a new coach, and we train our coaches not to take these pictures like this. They just, people just don't always listen, and I really want to try to convey the point that we don't have to take pictures like this. Like I know we're proud of of the products we represent, and we love them, and they have changed our lives in amazing ways, but we can do things differently and get the same point across about how much we love it, and not have it look like the photo grid and the Shakeout thing. It's like she literally, I don't even know her, right? But it's like she went back in my timeline 2 years ago and copied my exact same thing, and I don't even know her, right? So we're all making these same mistakes. Like, don't feel bad if you've done this. Be excited, because in a year, you're going to get that memory and you're going to be like, what the hell was I doing? Like, God, Monique said that on that call. She was so right. Like, that's going to happen, you guys. So get excited for that, because you're going to grow and evolve after that. So I'm going to share something a little different, I think, from what you guys probably normally hear, even on other calls that you go on, or calls that you've listened to or whatever. So perception is greater than perfection, right? We don't want perfection because nobody's perfect, but we do have to sell a perception. So that's what we're trying to convey, is a perception. And the crazy part is, when I had no Instagram when I started coaching. I was Facebook only. I only had a few hundred friends. Like, I'm the typical story. Like, I only had a few hundred friends. They were all family and friends from school, high school, elementary school. Like, that was it. And so I had no Instagram, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to tackle Instagram. This was probably about 6 months into coaching that I decided I was going to get on Instagram. And so I got on Instagram, and I think that even that Shakeout picture is on my Instagram. If you go all the way back down, it's pretty terrible, but I can't take it off now. So it's there forever. I asked one of my best friends, one of my best friends is, she is a consumer like no other. I mean, she is like a salesperson's dream, because she'll buy whatever you have to sell if you sell it the right way. So I knew she would be a good, objective person to go to, because she won't lie to me. She won't tell me just what I want to hear. She'll give it to me straight. So I said, okay, I just did my Instagram. Can you check it out? I'd posted a few things to get it going. And she's like, it's okay, but I need you to sell me the dream. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, sell me the dream. I will buy anything that someone is selling if you sell me the dream. And I was like, oh, it clicked in a different way. And I'm telling you guys this in this way because I know that we are taught that we don't sell, we share, which is true. I'm not saying that isn't true, but we do sell a product, and we are marketing people now. At this point, you are a person in a marketing industry. It is called network marketing for a reason. You are networking and you are marketing a product, right? The things that you love, the things that you want to share. The sharing part comes in the story that you tell behind your post. So you are marketing, and you have to look at it in a way of, what do people want to see, and what's going to attract the right people to me, right? So when she told me this, sell me the dream, that was the one thing that she told me when I first opened my Instagram account. And she was like, that was her honest review, and she wasn't impressed. She wouldn't, as an objective person, she wouldn't have been attracted to my account based on what she saw because of the way my posts were structured. So as a consumer, she didn't care what I was selling. She didn't care what company I worked for. All she wants, and every other consumer in the world, including me, including you, is to be shown what is so amazing about what you have to offer in a real and authentic, but a captivating way. That's it. That's the bottom line about this whole business is, you have to be real, be authentic, but be captivating in your posts. And your posts have to captivate people. You only have a few seconds, you guys, when you post a post, a few seconds to grab someone's attention. That's it. Once it's done, it's done. And then we have to move on to the next one. So I like to think of it as a dating game, right? So when you were dating your husband or your spouse or your significant other or whatever, if you're still single, you know how the dating game goes. I was single for a really long time. forever. Like I didn't get married till I was like 32. So that's a really long time. So I dated a lot. So I have a lot to say on this. But when you were dating, like you didn't spill your whole guts, right? You didn't come out and be like, look at all these amazing things I have, and oh my God, and look at that. You know what I mean? Like think of like your post is like you're dating your prospects, you're dating your followers, you're dating these people who are watching you. You're not gonna like verbal diarrhea all over the guy sitting across from you at the restaurant, right? You're not. Like you're reserved. You're gonna say things the right way. You have done yourself up just right to be so pretty and look so good. I mean, even when you date your husband or your spouse now, you do yourself up right. You do yourself well. You make sure that you look really presentable, that you smell right. You don't want your posts to stink. Don't do stinky posts. When you go out on a date, you don't stink, right? You took a shower your posts. So you need to tell the story, right? Tell the story with your text, but also tell the story with your photos. And it doesn't always have to be simultaneous. You can tell the story with just the text and a, pretty good picture, or you could have a really, really strong, good photo with just a very simple caption at the top. And I'll give you guys examples of that too. You don't always have to write a novel. It really drives me batty when I see every single coaches, and it's not even just in Beachbody, you guys, network marketing. I have a lot of network marketing friends that sell makeup and all this other stuff. But the posts don't always have to be a novel. You can just really make something short and sweet it's a story. Tell a story. Every time I'm thinking about something that happens during the day, my thought is always, how could I turn this into a post? How could I turn this into a really like catchy post? Because funny things happen, right? Like funny things happen in my life with my kids. And so I'll jot down that story because it was really funny. It doesn't necessarily, I don't have to run for the camera and take a picture right at that moment. I mean, if it's possible, I do, but I'll save that story and that snippet and then just post it with another picture at another time, right? So remember those things, that it doesn't always have to be a novel. It doesn't always have to be right in that moment, but jot down these little stories because you can tell a story with your text and with your photo. Don't name the product. And I don't know if you guys are following a lot of like social media or if anyone here went to Summit, but Shalene said a lot of that too. Shalene Johnson, no more product naming. Keep your audience guessing. Keep them wanting to know more about what you're doing and what it is that makes you so energetic and so excited to get up in the morning, and why you love this particular workout so much. Like, what the heck, what workout was that? Let me message you real quick. Like, I didn't really understand. Why did you say you loved it so much? Like, how do you lose all this weight and you don't even count calories, or like that you don't even do Weight Watchers? Like, how is it that you're doing all this? Like, you want to keep people guessing. And it's just a matter of taking the words Beachbody out, taking the words 21 Day Fix out, taking those out and replacing it simply with like plain words. Like, this new workout that I'm doing is really amazing because it does X, Y, and Z. Like, I can't believe the results that I'm getting. So start backwards with the results or what's happening to you or how it's affecting you, and then leave that part out of it and just use something simple, because I'm doing this new workout, right? And that will keep people guessing because you told this amazing story first of how it's affecting you, but then you left it at the bottom. You didn't tell them the answer. If they want to know, they have to message you, and you don't even always have to ask a question at the end, like, do you want to know what I'm doing? Message me. Like, you don't always have to do that either. So keep your audience guessing because they're going to want to come back for more every time you post. Embrace your quirks. That's a hard thing to do for a lot of people, but it's, again, it's like dating. Like your quirkiness is what's going to attract the right person to you. It's going to attract my husband to me because I'm quirky in like really weird ways, and not every man that I dated liked that or accepted that. Obviously, like, I was single for a long time, so I took the right person. So it's the same with coaching and your posts. Not everyone is going to vibe with you. Not everyone's going to jive with the post that you're putting out, but putting your quirkiness out and calling yourself out on these quirks and these little things, idiosyncrasies about yourself, will bring the people to you who have similar quirks or aren't ashamed of their quirks either. And we can all be quirky weirdos together. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I'm 39 years old and I am obsessed with unicorns, you guys. Like, that's weird. That's not normal. No one else says that that's normal. That's quirky and odd, but I don't give two shits. Like, who cares? Because guess what? The people who also love unicorns, who are half my age, are friends with me and are my coaches and are my clients and love it all. You know what I mean? So embrace that, because it's going to bring the people to you who resonate with that. And then most of all, have fun, because like when you go on a date, it's a lot of fun. You know, you don't go on there, you don't go to a date in a peppy, like in a crappy mood and like, I mean, if you do, I don't know why you're going on the date, but it's like posting the same thing. Like if you feel crappy about it, why are you going to post? Have fun with it. Have, you know, feel good, do funny things, do silly things, like let your personality come out and really have fun with. It's almost like, I don't know. I think for me, I love it because I get to be creative unapologetically. So it's a platform for you really to be as creative as you want to be with your pictures, with your text, with the words that you want to say. And you don't have to apologize about it, because the people who will resonate with you will stick around, and the people who don't won't. And that's great, because you don't want those people around you anyways, you know? So here are some examples of how I got better at my Shaco posts. My pictures are obviously a lot different, right? So I edit. I don't Photoshop. So I don't Photoshop anything, except that's not true. That's a lie. Right in between back here, these bushes right here, if you can see where my mouse is, down there, and you can't see that posted, but underneath that, my youngest daughter was naked sitting down in my meditation corner. That's my meditation corner. And so I had to Photoshop her out with, I just put more leaves over it. So you can't even tell she was there. But she was literally naked, sitting naked in my meditation corner when I took this picture. But this is a picture, I don't even mention Shakeology ever. And I said, consistency breeds change. I've been consistently drinking this shake for over 2 years now. When I first started making my magical and addicting Reese's Puffs recipe, like who doesn't want to know what that is? Because it sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds so good to me. I'm like, Monique, what did you do? My girls would sit on the counter and help me pour the ingredients into it. Happy to help. And this is all truth, right? Like I'm not making up stories. This is all true stories that I'm telling. But that's what happened. And then I took this picture. So now I'm stoked. And this was my Shaco, and I was talking about Daily Sunshine with her. You know, I said the coolest part of it all is that it started with me. So I didn't even turn it into like, who wants to try Daily Sunshine? Who wants to try Shaco? Like I talked about my recipe's amazing. I talked about that it's chock full of 10 grams of protein, low in natural sugars, certified non-GMO and organic, and it's vegan, so it fits in with our new lifestyle. But the coolest part is that it started with me making the decision to take control of my health and fitness. And 2 years later, I'm changing my family's health legacy. And like, that's how I ended it. You know what I mean? It wasn't a call to action. It wasn't anything like that. It was giving info about Daily Sunshine, showing that my kid loves it and that it's happy and all that. Now I do edit the photos. I use Snapseed. I'm sure Tiffany, I don't know if you've given them a list of stuff, but I generally use Snapseed and VSCO, VSCO. Those are the two editing tools that I use. So I don't even care if I take a dark black picture, I keep it and I brighten it up and change the color scheme with it. So I don't worry necessarily about how, you know, terrible the lighting is or spend too much time on that, because I know I can edit the photos really simply and really easily. Same thing here with my Shaco. Here's all the goods. It has protein powder. Like you could get protein powder from any store on the corner, but it doesn't have all this. And then I gave them the recipe for my shake right here. So again, I never mentioned Shakeology, but I did mention all the stuff that's in it that's amazing, why I love it so much. My unicorn lesson of the day is serve your body and it will serve you back. You know what I mean? So it's part of like my quirkiness is in there, like my, you know, unicorn lesson of the day. But then I also give value and give them a recipe after I told them how delicious and how good it is. And then why I drink it is because it's serving my body and my body is serving me back. So again, it was no call to action. I'm still talking about Shaco. I'm still sharing our product that I love and adore and have drank for 2 years straight. But I'm not even like, every post doesn't have to be a call to action. Every post doesn't have to be like, I love my Shaco so much, as I learned 2 years later. And then here is a post, like this one is really simple, and that's the one I wanted to show you guys. So the one up here in the corner on the left is just me. And all I said was, confidence is your strongest muscle. Use it often and watch what mountains you can move. And that was it. And it got here and on Instagram, on Facebook and on Instagram, it got huge response. And it was just me being me. Like, I have cellulite on my legs and none of that was photoshopped out. I didn't, try to cover all that up. Like, that's all real and normal and me. And I'm not going to try to change that or be anything different. And that's what's going to resonate with the followers who want to see that and see themselves in that post. The one with my girls, and that's what I was talking about earlier, is this is real life. And this is like the fun stuff. I don't make stuff up. I don't craft posts. I don't like create this, setup posts, I guess is what I'm saying. Like a lot of stuff with my kids, it's like real life. Like I literally that morning I woke up and I heard the sound of scissors like cutting, and I was like popping up out of bed, and it was like the oh shit moment, right? And thank God they were kid scissors. But I told the story about like, I just wanted to relax on a Saturday morning, and then you hear that sound, and this was like got such a crazy reaction to this post. But again, the picture, I had to edit it because it was dark. It was in the morning. There wasn't a ton of sunlight in, like the blinds weren't open yet. So I had to lighten it up, brighten it up. I did both of these pictures with Snapseed. So you can do a lot of, make your pictures just look more eye-catching than just, two kids sitting there cutting hair. You know what I mean? It just, the picture itself, if you didn't even see the text that was on there, the picture itself is pretty capturing, So I'm going to give you guys the 2 things that will absolutely move your business forward. Okay. It's the secret sauce. Is there really a secret sauce when it comes to crafting posts and creating posts? Yes, there is a secret sauce. I'm going to tell you that right now. There is a secret sauce. Is it hard? Yes, but only because of fear. Fear is what makes it hard. So if you can't get over the fear of it, then this will not help you. But if you embrace these 2 things that I'm about to tell you, and you do them and you let go, I'm telling you, girlfriend, your business is going to change. It's going to change. So once you do these 2 things, your entire business and your life, I'm not even kidding, your life will change. Your posts will never be the same again. Like, obviously you can see the difference in my posts 2 years ago from when I really truly adopted these 2 things into my life and in my business. It completely changed everything, and it changed my business. You guys ready? Who's ready? Who thinks that they know what they are? Oh, look, wait a second. I'm gonna let you guys like mull on this, and let's see what we have in the chat. Oh, yay, Nicole. Okay, good. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, my earrings. Let me tell you guys, I have worn these same earrings for over 10 years. I never take them. They're like my staple. So I take them off when I sleep, but I wear them every day. Pick play post is cringeworthy for sure. Okay. What about okay, I'll get to those after. Vulnerability and authenticity. Nicole, let's see if you're right. Vulnerability and authenticity. Winner, chicken dinner. Yes, that's it. The secret sauce recipe: 2 heaping cups of authenticity and vulnerability, a dash of spice, and a lot of fun. That's my secret sauce. That's my secret recipe, and that's what it is: vulnerability and authenticity. The very moment that you can not give 2 shits about what anyone else is going to think about what you post, your business will take off. As long as you continue to giving 2 shits about what people think about what you're going to post, your business will stay exactly where it's at right now. Pinky promise. That's it. It's very simple, but it's hard because nobody wants to put all their business, like their half almost naked self, out with their cellulite and their not perfect abs, and you know what I mean? We don't enjoy that. It's hard to do, but again, it's authentic. It's a real life. Like, this is my body, and I'm not going to be ashamed of posting on social media, because you know what else? I go to the beach like this, and I go to the pool like this. Like, why do I care if social media is going to see me? Because, I'm probably never going to see these people anyways, most of them, right? And if they don't like it, they can keep scrolling or unfriend me. Like, that's it. It's really simple. So it's simple, but it's hard. And I get that it's hard because you're scared, but the reason that you're scared and the reason there's fear involved is because it just all boils down to your ego, right? So we don't want to be judged. We don't like when people look at us and, think a negative thought. We don't want people to think negatively about us. It's really hard to get over that, right? But I'm telling you guys, I promise you, the second that you unleash the beast and let go and just be really vulnerable and very real and very authentic, everything will change. And not just in your business. Like, yes, your business will, like skyrocket and it'll be crazy. But yourself, you will change and your life will change because you will truly be you, and you won't be hiding you anymore. You won't be masking you anymore. You won't be apologizing for you anymore. It will be all of you bare naked, pretty much, on social media for all to see. And who cares, right? And this was a post that I posted the other day, and it's true. I said I looked at myself in the mirror in our gym and I was completely disgusted with my body. I picked myself apart, compared myself to others while doing my workout. I'm not as buff as Blank. My body's not as rock hard as Blank. Blank's legs are so toned. My legs have cellulite. My stomach isn't as flat as Blank. My boobs are saggy. Blank's are perfect. They're fake, but they're perfect. And then I went to beat myself up more. The scale isn't moving fast enough. I'm not disciplined enough. I'll never be as good enough. I don't work hard enough. The list went on and on and on. But my comeback was, and I didn't have enough room to screenshot it all. And I don't know, maybe it's public or you can go find it. But, I started thinking about all the things that I am. I am strong. I am confident. I am, all of the I ams, the things that are real and that are true about me is what I posted after that. Because yeah, some of those things are true. Yeah, my boobs are saggy. That is true. My stomach isn't as flat as like the next girls over there on Instagram and on Facebook and all those, I don't make as much money as the top coach. I could list a million things that I am not, but I know what I am. And when I remember what I am and I put that out there, guess what? I'm reminding myself about who I am and the things that I'm capable of and the things that I've overcome and accomplished. But I'm also reminding the woman who's reading it that she is too, that she is confident, that she is capable, that she is worth more than just that list of things that she is not, and that she can overcome those things, and that she has a worth far more than those things, right? So that's what I'm saying about being vulnerable, being authentic. Like, those are all real words. That's all something that happened to me. And it was a hard post to put out, but I got so many comments on Instagram and on Facebook, both on this post and personal messages, and from complete strangers. This was probably my first post on Instagram where I've gotten strangers who have commented and said, like, wow, like people who don't even follow me and I hadn't followed back that were commenting on it and in a positive way. So it was really, again, I still have to push myself out of that comfort zone of it's hard. It's something that you constantly have to work at because you're having to push your own ego out of the way. The fear of the judgment, the fear of all that, like, you have to push it out of the way and just hit post and run away. You guys, like, sometimes that's what I do. Just throw it up there and run away, and I'll just go check it an hour later or whatever. Like, just don't think about it, So that's the secret sauce. This was another post that was like really vulnerable for me. And the picture, again, is something I'm very conscious of, choosing pictures that I know are going to grab someone's attention. So if they're just scrolling, they're going to see the post picture and they're going to want to stop and see what it was about. And so I just talked about how my husband had given me $100 to do whatever I wanted to do with. He was really intending for me to go get my eyelashes done that week because I'd talked about like wanting to get my eyelashes done again. And I'm on this really deep spiritual journey right now. And like, it was just like, I need to go and make a meditation space at home. And so I shared that whole story. And again, it got so much traction on Instagram and on Facebook. This post, it's all because I'm being very vulnerable. I'm being very real. I'm sharing my journey very authentically and very candidly. So, I said, like, I could have spent this money on eyelashes on something that would have been very lasting, but now I have this space that's going to last me and my journey on where I'm at right now. It's going to serve me for a really long time, longer than lashes would have for 2 weeks, right? The $100 could have been spent 2 different ways. And so I'm planting seeds also with people, and so that they'll get the thought in their mind, like, what am I spending on myself that isn't serving me well, right? Again, it's posting with purpose. Like, I have intent and purpose behind every post that I put up. Oh, my picture disappeared. Sorry. I don't know what happened. So it was this one where I was like jumping and it was like really fun. So just to recap, posting with purpose matters, and it matters big time. If you think it doesn't, then your business don't question and say, why is my business not moving forward? What's going on? What am I doing wrong? Your posts matter. They matter big. Get an objective opinion, like right now, like tonight or tomorrow, from someone who will give you the honest truth and take a look at your Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're posting, and give you critiques, and then use those as an opportunity to grow and change in a new direction that will serve you and your business and your followers. Tell your stories and take the time to use good photos or edit the photos that you have, and tell your stories authentically and real. And don't feel like it always has to be a giant story, right? It could just be a really captivating quote, like a really great quote with a really great picture. It makes just as much impact as a long novel of a post can. Stop throwing up the just because posts, the just anything. It's not serving you or your business. Don't think that you have to post 3 to 5 times a day. It's better, in my opinion, personally. Do whatever your coach is telling you to do. But personally for me, and I tell my coaches the same, it's better to have 1 or 2 very, very impactful posts a day than to have 5 whatever, I'll just throw up posts just to get them thrown up. Way better to have 2 impactful posts a day than just 5 whatever posts. Be authentic, be vulnerable, and be real in all of it. In your pictures, in your posts, in what you're saying. If you're going live, same thing. And then most of all, have fun. And if it's not fun, make it fun, right? If it's not fun, don't post at that moment if you're not feeling it, because you're putting that vibe out. But then if you're like feeling stagnant in your business, because I know that can happen a lot. We're just having this conversation with one of our leaders on our team right now. And she's like, I'm just way too busy at work, and I'm dead by the time I come home, and I have no even want to post like anything good or creative or anything like that. So my suggestion to her was, first, like, do something else that's going to throw fun in there, right? So get a little random hobby, or I'm not even kidding. Even if you're just going to like cross stitch or something like wacky, because it's quirky and wacky, pick up something different that's going to make it fun, something that's going to make you interested in something else, because then that's going to be interesting to share, and that's going to be interesting to your followers. Like, oh my gosh, why is she doing this thing now? Like all of a sudden, but then you're going to get excited because you're doing something different, and then you're posting, and then you're getting traction about this new different thing that you're doing. If your life is like the same old, which it is for a lot of us, I get up in the morning and I take the kids to school, and then I come back, and sometimes, if I didn't work out, then I work out, and then I drink my shake, and then I check with my challenge groups. Like, I have the same old little routine too. Make it fun. Like sometimes I'll stop off, and I have a couple pictures that I posted, and I'll just go do my meditation in the forest, like in the nature preserve that we have locally, because it's a different setting for me. It's something that I can take a picture with, I can share about, but it's still serving me personally first, and then it's serving my business after, and then it's serving my followers to see that I'm doing something different, right? So if it's not fun, make it fun. And that's all I have. I don't know if that was helpful. Sorry, let me stop screen sharing. And if you guys have questions, ask me all the questions. Oops.
If you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Where do you live, Monique?
Temecula, California.
Oh, okay. I'm from Santa Clarita Valley originally.
Oh, yeah, I'm born and raised Southern California, so I know where all this is.
I'm in Redding now, so.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah.
It's green.
Thank you for your webinar. It was wonderful.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What about shakeout pictures and a regular glass looks delicious with ice cream? Oh, yeah. Yes, that's like kind of like the one that I showed. So I don't do ice cream. That's why I kind of made it, Nicole, like to kind of with the coconut to look like ice cream or something on the top, because I'm lactose intolerant,
Yeah, yes, I asked that before you showed that slide.
Okay.
Because I've done posts like that where I've got it like pouring out of the glass and it's dripping down. And it looks so yummy, and then I don't talk about Shakeology. I just talk about the benefits. What about, like, one of the struggles that I have is I feel like my content is fairly decent. Like, I feel like I don't get a lot of engagement though, and I feel like I struggle in that area. But how do you? I know that we're supposed to like map out our social media and kind of have a plan of action a week in advance, or whatever. How do you sit down and really kind of think about what you're going to post, or do you kind of just do it on the fly?
Yeah, I think I was just talking about Tiffany, how she's so amazing and like pre-planning her post. So I am, I'm really willy-nilly with everything. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm so off the cuff with everything. Like, I'm very on the fly. So this whole presentation, I just put together an hour.
I feel like that's how I am too. And my social media is really struggling right now because I've been going through a rough time in my life. But so I have not been consistent, but my kids go back to school tomorrow. So I'm like getting organized. But I am also like kind of on the fly seat of my pants, but I feel like that's where I end up throwing something up because I'm stressed out and I'm just like, oh my God, I need to post. And some days I do really good and then other days I don't. And so I'm trying to like really find that balance of like trying to plan out some stuff and maybe do some stuff on the fly. And yeah, it's my social media is my nemesis.
Okay, so how are you? My first question would be how are you with because I still don't think it's about the number. I think it's about the quality of what you're putting out.
Yeah.
What is your how's your vulnerability factor right now?
I think I'm pretty vulnerable on my page. I have no problem sharing anything about my life on my page. But it took me, I've been a coach for 3.5 years and I am also I'm in the last week of qualifying for Star Diamond. It took me a while to get to that point because I literally had 46 friends on my Facebook and it was private just for my friends and family. And so it took me a long time to get to that point where I could be vulnerable on Facebook. So that's not an issue. People reach out to me all the time and tell me how inspiring I am and that they want to meet me and so forth. But I just, and I feel like my content is pretty good. I just have a hard time with the call to action and getting them to engage and how to, I know what the problem is. I just forget. I'm so spacey sometimes.
Yeah, I am too. I am. I'm just I kind of throw stuff. So I guess the way I plan my stuff is I kind of base it off of the way my Instagram feed looks. So I try to keep at some point, I keep it it has a grid, the grid has a pattern.
Yeah.
So it has a pattern. And so in that pattern of I do a quote and then I do something workout related, whether it's a workout picture of me or something like that. And then I'll have, and it's not necessarily in this order, but I have unicorn stuff, some sort of food, a recipe post. I think I have 5 or 6 different things like that where I just kind of mix them up. So I'll look at my Instagram feed and I'll be okay, I need, I'm lacking, I haven't done a unicorn post, anything unicorny and 2 rows down. So it's time to throw a unicorn post up. I haven't done a recipe in a long time. And then the quotes always due on the 4th picture. So it's bam, 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 quote, bam, 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 quote. So that kind of keeps me on track. And then I just do all of that stuff. But because I visually, I see what I need to do next on Instagram to make Instagram look pretty, because that's what I'm more concerned about, is that it has the aesthetic look. Then I'm very conscious of what I'm putting. I just copy it over to Facebook, but I change the context. The words that I put on Instagram might be very similar, but they're very different the way I post because I'm actually exactly like you're saying, people have been following me for 2 years. So I have a very loyal following and they want to hear a different version of what I'm saying, a more intimate version, I guess. So I'm way more intimate on Facebook versus Instagram. It's more, I don't know, not as intimate, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. So I look for the way I plan my posts, if I could even say I'm planning them, is I look at my Instagram to see what I need to post next. And then that's how I base what I'm posting on Facebook. But I also kind of go, right now, I just really dive deep into where I'm at. So I would say also, where are you at in your personal development? I know that we hate that question, but for me, I don't listen to regular personal development a lot. I don't, I've done the whole 10X, thing and all of those regular compound effects. I've done all of those. But what I've come to learn in the last few months is that my personal development really needs to be my actual, in my heart and soul personal development, not my personal development, my business development. The personal development I think that we're taught is business development. It's not personal development.
And I just started recently doing that. I started reading books that I just actually ordered a bunch of new ones too, because I'm really trying to figure out who my target audience is, because I have so many layers to my story that I could really reach out to like 4 different sets of people. Yeah. And so I just ordered books on being a single mom, because I'm a single mom. And I ordered I'm doing some financial stuff because I'm an accountant by trade. You know, I've been teaching my coaches that too. You have to read business, you have to read personal development that's outside of business, because you have to reach that audience. Yeah. And so, I'm definitely looking into that more. And I do read personal development every single day.
So I think that when you start actually diving into that, it will change everything. Like I actually just took almost a month off of my business completely. I got off of social media completely right after Summit. I have an assistant, and so she just handled everything. She posted everything. She sent out all my invites, she did everything for me. I just gave her my pictures and just had her post and told her what was going on. I told everybody, this is what's happening. And she said, hey, it's Jenna here. This is Monique. This is what she's working on today. So she posted on behalf of me. But in that 3 weeks that I took off, and it's crazy because I'm just going through a lot more spiritual work, and that I'm telling you, I post maybe once a day now, and those posts will get 80 likes and so many comments, and because it's way more personal and deep and not necessarily about my health and fitness and all that. It's way more I'm way into my meditation and all of that stuff right now, and that's resonating because that's what people need, and that's what they want, and that's what they're craving. And so when you start diving into that deeper, I think we needed to do all of that stuff. So for new coaches, or, if you've only been a coach in the business a couple of years, I think it's very important that you post about, that you're working out and you're being consistent, because you need your followers to know that this isn't just something that you're just doing to try. They need to see that consistency for at least a year. And then once you start growing and evolving, I'm not going to be the same 21. I did the 21-day fix. That's what got me going. That's what brought me into this whole thing. And I did it for 5 rounds. I don't want to ever do that program again because I'm over it. And I've grown past it and I'm beyond that. Do I still think they are essential tools for people who are just starting their journey? Absolutely. And that's the value I bring now. I bring a value as a coach. I don't have to necessarily be side by side with people. So I think once we step outside of that and say, what else do I have to offer that is for me now? And it's not necessarily health and fitness related, but how else can I serve you? In what other capacity can I give you value that's deep and resonating with people? That's where everything has changed for me right now. And seriously, taking a month off of my business and not hands off completely, it's blown up again. It's completely blown up again. Another thing that I would say too is again, when I was telling you guys to spice it up, do something different. Back in May, I did the Ultimate Reset, and that changed everything too. That brought a whole new band of followers that came. People were buying the Ultimate Reset left and right. I had a whole Ultimate Reset group, and then that started my vegan journey. So again, same with you. I have a bunch of different facets. I have a meditation circle of people that follow me now because I'm doing that. I have this new vegan life that I'm just starting that, is brand new to me, that I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm really real and authentic with it because I'm veganish. We go and have froyo, you know what I mean? I'm not going to call myself this hardcore vegan, but it's I share all of this stuff really real and candidly. So I think when you start, especially because you're on that path right now, when you start diving into that deeper and it's beyond the surface of I'm a health and fitness coach and these other things are there too, that's what's going to start getting that traction back with your followers again, or bring brand new people to you, which I think that's probably you're at that point where you need new people.
Yeah, I actually get messages from people, or even people who are my challengers or my coaches, and they're they love how real I am. So I know I'm being real and authentic and vulnerable. So it's just a matter of crafting everything the right way and, getting the engagement. And I have been getting some new likes on my page. So things are going good, but I think I am. I'm at that fork, right? I'm at that fork in the road where now it's okay, I need to take this road.
Yeah, totally. It'll be good. It just takes a second because it's like different for you. Obviously, it's like, it's weird. Again, it's vulnerable. You're like, this is weird because it's going to be something different in you that I'm doing. And I'm going to present this to all these people who've loved me for 3.5 years. And, you know, it's that it's like how many times we have to get vulnerable over and over again. It's still scary. It's still awkward. It's still like, what are people going to say? But the second you do it, I mean, we've done it enough to know that great things come from it, you know? So I'm positive you'll see a big shift once you do it, because it was really weird for me too. I mean, it was strange for me to take a whole month off and be like, are people going to even want to still follow me after this? What's going to happen? Is my business going to die? Like, I don't even know. All I knew is I needed to do it. And so I did it, you know?
Well, I appreciate you coming on to our team call. This was amazing. You had some really great info. And so thank you.
I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Monique.
Guys.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go see my husband now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.